Hello, Internet. Thank you for being here. What am I doing here on Wednesday, you might be asking? Well, I screwed up my Tuesday show, so trying to make it happen on Wednesday. Anyway, my name's Jim. My channel is More Sunshine, Please. Thank you so much for being here. Uh, let's see. Where's my rundown? It's right here. Coming up, here's what I was going to do yesterday. I'm just going to do yesterday's show, but I'm going to do it more relaxed, I suppose. So, yeah. Now, here's what's going on right now. My chat's not happening here, but it is there. I've got a new computer set up back there, so let me see if I can see that far. Pepper Tree Villa, thanks for being here. Might I say to everybody, Steve's World, thank you for being here, Steve. Samantha Lowe, Noah, thanks for being here. Zippity Doodad Patrick, welcome. Sherikuz, thank you for being here. D&G Explorers and Pepper Tree Villa, thank you, D&G Explorers, for being here. If you can see that, the D&G Explorers usual Wednesday night live stream is happening at 8 o'clock. I thought I'd do a pre-show. It was actually Derek's idea, and I liked it. But they're going to have Pepper Tree Villa on, discussing cruise ships, cruising, cruises. You know, it's their cruising show. They like to switch it up. Disney one week, cruising another week. Well, this week it's cruising, so D&G Explorers with Pepper Tree Villa, and I will be there. I hope you will too. So that's coming up at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. Back to my show, though. What's going on? We've got... You know what? I've got an echo in my headset. Let me see if I can get rid of that. Yeah, I can. Okay, coming up, when I was testing my stuff yesterday, I went live really quick just to see if I could, because I screwed stuff up. So here's what's going on. A couple of you may have seen what I have planned for this show already, which is cool. But if you don't know, my son and I went to Walt Disney World over the weekend, and we got a bit of footage. We're going to take a look at the Skyliner that goes along Buena Vista Boulevard. So I hadn't really seen that before. I've seen the station at Epcot and the one at Hollywood Studios. So I'll show you what that looks like. It's a Skyliner along the road. Spoiler alert. Also, my Disney question of the day. A look at the Riviera Resort construction. My son and I went to Blizzard Beach. Actually, that will probably be the next edited video I make. And where they're building the Riviera Resort is right there, so you can see that construction, and there'll be a Skyliner station there too, so we'll show you that. But first, what I like to do is start with a bit of Walt Disney World news. So where is that? It's coming up. Who else is here? Cargo, welcome. RVing to Disney, thank you for being here. Blaine, thank you for being here. Blaine 2007. I wish I had my glasses. Kay Atwood, thank you so much for being here. Everybody, thanks for bearing with me yesterday. I know my show didn't happen, but I'm here now. All right, let's get to our first news story. There wasn't a lot going on, so here it is. It's new parking restrictions now in place at Disney's Fort Wilderness Resort and Campground. Now, if you've been to Walt Disney World before, perhaps you've been to the Hoop-de-Doo Review or wanted to ride the horses at the Triple D Ranch at Fort Wilderness, you could park there at Fort Wilderness, no problem. And I guess you still can. I don't know what I'm talking about. But what you can't... Well, I'll just read the story. This is from Walt Disney World News Tonight. Their story reads, if you're a fan of visiting Fort Wilderness to take in the lush surroundings and explore the wide array of dining and outdoor activities, do be aware of new parking restrictions in place at the resort and campground. Access to parking will now be limited to guests with resort dining or activity reservations within the complex. I actually always thought that was the case, but I guess not. If you plan on stopping by the resort to enjoy the nightly campfire, the quick service eats, or the marina, you'll need to use the Walt Disney World transportation to access the resort. So I guess those are the reasons I hadn't thought of. So they have nightly campfires, the Trails End quick service restaurant, which is that the quick service restaurant they're talking about? It's a buffet. I suppose it is. Or the marina. Yeah, it is, because you don't need a reservation for that, do you? I don't know. Somebody let me know. I'm confusing myself. Anyway, back to the story. Boat and bus service is available from the Magic Kingdom, with additional boat service available from Disney's Wilderness Lodge and Disney's Contemporary Resort. Limited parking access may be tied to the current ongoing construction throughout the resort in preparation for Reflections, a Disney Lakeside resort, as well as expanded new stables at the Tri-Circle D Ranch. What did I call it? The Triple D Ranch earlier? So where once River Country stood, they are building a Reflections, a Disney Lakeside resort. So a lot of construction over there, so perhaps that's what's stemming all of this. Trying to read the chat again. Peter P., welcome to the live show. Thank you for being here. I thought I saw that Cargo didn't know I had a son. I do. He's, here's the thing about him, and this may blow all of your minds. He grew up here in Florida, and he's a teenager now, and he's had his fill of Disney currently. So I'm not doing a lot of videos with him right now because we didn't get him an annual pass. He just wasn't into going to Walt Disney World anymore. Now, having said that, we did go to Typhoon Lagoon this weekend, and we both had a great time. But does that not bewilder you how a teenage boy wouldn't want to go to Walt Disney World? Yes, it's mind-boggling. I know. What are you gonna do? We'll see. But we just got Florida resident after 2 water park passes. Both he and I did. So hopefully we'll be going to the water parks a lot. I'm a teacher. He's a student, so we're gonna have the summer off. A lot of time to go take advantage of the Disney water parks. So I'm really looking forward to that. Okay, straining to read the chat on my screen that's really far away. Let's see. D&G Explorer says, "Oh wow, I thought you were." I'm sorry, I gotta look. I thought you were going to say there is now horse on the menu at Hoop-de-Doo Review. I think you're saying that in jest. God, I hope you are. No, the same menu as before. Zippity Doodad, thanks for putting the word out to hit the like button and subscribe and all that. Thank you so much. Again, everybody, thank you for being here on a Wednesday. I'm going to fill in the time until 8 o'clock, until the D&G Explorers live stream with special guests, Pepper Tree Villa. RVing to Disney, I can see. I'm sorry, folks. My oldest daughter felt that way too. It's a phase, perhaps. You know, he likes the rides there. It's a phase. I totally agree with that. Oh well, I don't want to spend forever on that. We're going to the water parks. Uber Wisdom Videos, Jason and Bridget, thank you so much for being here. Cargo says, I will cry when the day comes that my girls don't want to do Disney. I know, it blows my mind. Anyway, here we go. Disney news story number 2. Disney's Aladdin soars over Memorial Day weekend at the box office. This story comes from boxofficemojo.com. And as you know, Disney's Aladdin was released and it did really well. It delivered over $85 million for the 3-day weekend and is expected to top $100 million for the 4-day Memorial Day holiday weekend. I didn't see updated numbers. I'm sure it's right around $100 million. And so Aladdin and Avengers Endgame will become only this, or I misread that. Avengers Endgame will become only the second film ever to top $800 million at the box office by the end of the long holiday weekend. Oh, they're talking about Endgame. I thought they were going to compare the two. They're not. I misread that. That was just a little Avengers Endgame news in there with the Aladdin news. Back to Aladdin. With an estimated $86.1 million, Disney's Aladdin topped the Memorial Day 3-day weekend box office, besting the 3-day opening for the studio's Solo, a Star Wars story, last year. For Disney, this is something of a big win, considering the studio's live-action properties outside of the Marvel universe have struggled for some time now. Disney anticipates the reportedly $180 million-plus production will top $105 million for the 4-day weekend, though others expect that total to go even higher, targeting a 4-day debut over $110 million, which would be enough to make it one of the top 5 Memorial Day openings of all time. Aladdin received an A cinema score from opening day audiences, while playing to a crowd that was 54% female, with 54% of the audience coming in aged 25 or older. That's interesting. Internationally, Aladdin debuted in every major market except for Japan, where the film will open on June 7th. And it delivered an estimated $121 million for a global debut, topping $207 million for the 3-day weekend, The top markets were China, where it opened with $18.7 million, followed by Mexico and the UK. But back to the audience that saw it, 54% of the audience coming in age 25 or older, no doubt loving the original Aladdin, wanting to go see this new version of it. I haven't seen it yet. I'm sure some of you have. You can let us know about it. It's doing great. I'll say this, if you go to Rotten Tomatoes or some other aggregate movie review site, the reviewers aren't rating it as highly as the audiences are. Reviewers, some of the criticism I heard is that it seemed jumbled. Like 1 minute you think they're in the Middle East, and then the next minute they're performing a Bollywood dance number. So that threw them for a tizzy. I don't mind that. I don't care about that. That doesn't affect how I'm going to like the movie. Get over yourselves. I heard somebody criticize Will Smith, that he wasn't Will Smith enough. But then I know Steve from Steve's World saw it. He said Will Smith was amazing. So it's usually better to go with the audience rating on that. And the audience has given this an A, solid A. So I will see it sooner or later. I'm going to try to read the chat again. Aladdin is doing awesome. Mouse Talk, welcome. Thank you for being here on a Wednesday, joining us. You found your more sunshine. Bob and Ashley, welcome. Thank you for joining me on the show. RVing to Disney says Will Smith is his own genie. Indeed. And really the only word I've heard about that, mostly is from Steve. From Steve's World, said it was fantastic and said Will Smith was awesome. So I'm going to go with his word over Rotten Tomatoes critics. So there's that. Okay, next. Where are we? 7:30. Walt Disney World News story number 3. Walt Disney World guest sues following a 2017 bird attack. This came out today, actually. This is from WDWinfo.com. A Central Florida woman has filed a lawsuit against Disney after suffering severe brain injuries following an attack by a wild bird at Walt Disney World in 2017. I read somewhere else that this woman is a resident of Celebration, Florida. Lawyers for the woman are suing for unspecified damages in excess of $15,000, claiming that Disney should know that the birds in the area are a threat to guests. According to the lawsuit, Dixon, that's the lady's last name, was walking on the dock at Disney's Polynesian Village Resort when a bird, quote, dive-bombed her, unquote. Dixon's attorney, Thomas Schmidt, says that she suffered a traumatic brain injury and has herniated discs in her neck that will require surgery. Schmidt says that Disney should know the risks that the birds create and warn guests of the dangers. Schmidt continues, if there's a company that's well-versed in safety, it should be Disney. Schmidt says that the injuries from the attack has altered Dixon's personality and ability to focus. It changed her life. That's a sad story. And I'm sorry that happened to that woman. But I'll be honest, my initial reaction to that story is, how can you possibly blame Disney for what wild birds do? I don't know. What happened to this woman is awful. And I'm sure, brain injuries are no joke. And herniated discs that require surgery are no joke. But are they... is their argument that Disney should have signs warning people of birds when guests go outdoors, they should watch out for birds? I don't know. How can you... you gotta post a sign about lightning, too? Do you... I don't know. I don't know where you draw the line with that. Let me look at... let me see what you're talking about. I'm sorry. I wish I could see the chat better. Yeah, cargo sounds painful, she said. Yeah, absolutely. Do you remember when Fabio got hit in the face with a bird when he was on a roller coaster or something? Didn't that break his nose? Yeah, birds mean business. Peter P. says, I agree. What was Disney supposed to do? Yeah, exactly. I suppose that's what they'll argue in court. Certainly gators, signs posted for the threat of gators in the area. I can understand that because not everywhere in the world has gators, so you may not be used to that. But everywhere has birds. Everywhere that guests of Walt Disney World come from, they have birds outside. So you think it'd be a given. I don't really know. Hey, Collier, welcome to the show. Thanks for being here. Bob says, just a big enter at own risk at all the entrances to the resort. Or exit at your own risk. The lady was safe inside, I guess. RVing, I feel bad for the lady, too. That's, if you have a closed head injury, that does affect your personality. Can alter your whole life. I just don't think that it's Disney's responsibility, but I don't know the whole story. I just know what I read online. Cargo says, I think she says, yeah, I don't think Disney can be held responsible for wild animals' actions. Now, if a lion got out from Kilimanjaro Safari and an accident happened, that would be different. Absolutely. Yeah, no kidding. That is different. All right. Okay, I got a fourth story, but it's not really a story. It's more of a rumor. And this is from WDWNT.com. And their rumor is that Mickey's PhilharMagic is finally getting digital upgrades at the Magic Kingdom. I've lamented the fact that PhilharMagic should be a really great show, but it's not quite. And it's because the 3D technology is from the 1930s. It's not. But last time I was in there, it was underwhelming to me. Now, I'm a Floridian. I'm an annual pass holder. I go all the time. So it's not an attraction that it's not a must-do for me. And if it's a must-do for you, perhaps you feel differently about PhilharMagic, but I would welcome an upgrade to this, and perhaps you do too. Let's see what they're saying. This fall, the original Mickey's PhilharMagic at the Magic Kingdom should be closing to receive a long-needed digital film upgrade. Again, they've called this a rumor. While no exact dates are known as of yet, the attraction has finally been given a budget to add digital projectors and a remastered version of the beloved film. Mickey's PhilharMagic has been running on old-school film projectors since it opened back in 2003. Digital versions of the PhilharMagic film were recently developed for Disneyland Paris and Disney California Adventure. Sadly, the film was horribly cropped to fit in the pre-existing theaters in both of those parks. While those digital films were being produced, time was also taken to digitize the Magic Kingdom film version at the full intended resolution. These upgrades are part of rolling refurbishments happening at the Magic Kingdom, leading to the park's 50th anniversary in 2021. What do you think about that? Do you guys like PhilharMagic? I know some of you do. Some of you don't have the problem with the quality of the 3D that I do. I see Walt says he's familiar with this rumor. Let's see. I'm sorry, folks. I'm trying to read from a distance, and my eyesight isn't what it used to be. And I'll stop complaining about that and telling you what I'm doing. Peter P., I love the theming of the gift shop. Bob and Ashley talking about Zippy Doodad must have said something earlier. I missed it. I'm sorry. Folks, if I missed what you're putting in the comments, I do apologize for that. I'm not a lefty. I threw that with my left. I broke the window with my left hand. How about that? Okay. What now? Oh, let's go to some of the video I had. We still got about 22 minutes until D&G Explorers with special guests Pepper Tree Villa begin their show at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific, and they'll talk about cruising and cruises and cruise ships and cruisers and the like. I don't know. I ran out of things to say. Okay, like I had mentioned earlier, my son and I went to Walt Disney World this weekend to go to Blizzard Beach. On our way there, we saw some things on the road, so I want to show those to you really quick. The first thing I'm going to show you are the gondolas along Buena Vista Drive, or Buena Vista Boulevard. Drive, right? Buena Vista Drive. So here they are. And this is the first time, I hadn't really been over there in a long time, so this is the first time I've seen them along the roadway like this. There's not much to see other than that. It's not like you can see one of the gondola stations there, and it's not like they were testing the cabins going along the cables there. But so this is heading east toward Typhoon Lagoon, and so yeah, you're gonna see, that will be a pretty neat thing to see the cabins as you're driving down that road, whether on a bus or in your own automobile. I can't wait for that. I am really looking forward to the Skyliner, and I'm not afraid of them per se. Certainly things can go wrong, but I'm really looking forward to the Disney Skyliner. What's next? Oh, let's show you. I guess this one, Disney's Galaxy's Edge from World Drive. This is when I'm heading on I-4 toward Walt Disney World. The exit I get off at is exit 62, and that is World Drive, which is due north into Walt Disney World. And this is what I could see of Galaxy's Edge from World Drive. Not only that, and the first thing you'll see here is actually a crane, not in the park, but outside of Hollywood Studios. And this crane, there it is. That's where the hotel will be. That's where the Star Wars hotel is being built. And that is just south of Hollywood Studios. Now here, you remember this entrance into the park. That's no longer an entrance. They took the sign off, the letters off there that said Hollywood Studios. So coming up here, as you drive by that, is what you can see of the construction of Galaxy's Edge from World Drive. I promise. Oh, there it is. So as you can see, the spires, just the tops of them over on the right there, you can see they still got a ways to go with that. They've got a few months to work on that. Then you can see the skeleton of the spires as well. That's about all you can really see from World Drive, but man, that place is going to look awesome when it's done. And I guess we'll be able to see that this Friday because Galaxy's Edge in Anaheim opens up. And, people are going to be vlogging that, and I can't wait to see it, actually. Oh, it's starting all over again. Shep family, welcome to the show. Thank you so much for being here. So Tweety, good to see you. Augram, thank you for being here. Kathleen Merkovich Robinson, welcome to the show. Thank you for being here. Who else? Wiley fam member. Hey, thanks for being here. We were just taking a look at some Walt Disney World construction, and that's not it. I've got that. What else? Oh, next, finally. I think finally. What else do I have? Okay, this is the last video. The Riviera Resort. Let me show you a map of the Skyliner. Take a look at this. This is that rudimentary map of the Skyliner around Walt Disney World. And that sort of diagonal line there that's right in the middle, that is Buena Vista Drive, Boulevard. Which is it? I don't remember. But I'm just going to call it Buena Vista. So that's the video I showed you. That's right there. And over to the east of that is Disney's Riviera Resort. So this clip I'm about to show you is of that construction, which I hadn't seen until I drove by it. So here it is. There it is. It's going to have its own dedicated Skyliner station. And there is the construction of Disney's Riviera Resort. And you can see it's got that distinctive dome on there. And there's the Skyliner station again. So, yeah, this is just to the west of Typhoon Lagoon, very close to Disney Springs. It's west of Disney Springs on the south side of Buena Vista. So, yeah, that's the Riviera Resort. So that's cool. Just showing you some stuff that we came across on our trip. Again, my son and I went to Typhoon Lagoon, and then we had dinner at Disney Springs, which was just practically hopping across the street. It's not. We had to drive. But you know what I mean. It's right there. And then we went to the Character Warehouse later that night. So and that'll be a video perhaps Thursday or Friday. Probably Friday now. I haven't even started it yet. But that's coming up. So yeah, we vlogged that. And it was good to get back to Typhoon Lagoon after, I think, 2 years. It had been a while since we had been there. We hadn't been there since the one tube ride, the Misadventure Falls. Their most recent tube slide ride there. Hadn't been on that, but we did, and it was awesome. And can't wait to go back. Like I said, we purchased the Florida Resident after 2 p.m. water park passes. My son and I did. So you might ask yourself, why after 2 p.m. you're missing the hottest part of the day? We're also missing the largest crowds of the day. So if you know me, you know I don't like the crowds. So it's actually an awesome... We've had those passes before in the past, and we love it. They're perfect. Because as Florida residents, we don't spend all day at any of the parks, really. We have the luxury to pop in and out and not have to spend the whole day there, because we know we can easily get back, which is very nice, and I'm very thankful for that. I haven't done a chat check yet. Arving says the water on the gondola map looks like Disney characters. Did it? Kind of does. That looks like a whale up there. And the one on the left kind of looks like one of the things that Ursula would turn mermaids into. I don't know. I'm grasping there. You're right. It does. That's funny. What else we have? I'm so sorry, folks. I'm having trouble reading the chat. Uber Wisdom videos. The Daily Woo will be live streaming on the opening of Star Wars Land in California on Friday. Yeah, I'm glad that people will be doing that. I don't want to be there on opening day. I'm really looking forward to the place. I don't want to be there on opening day. So I'm glad people will be live streaming and vlogging. That's what I'll be watching. AJ C Magic TV, thank you for joining us on the show today. Next, we've got 13 minutes until D&G Explorers and their Wednesday night live show. It'll be their cruising show. They like to mix it up. 1 week is Disney, another week about cruises. Today is their cruising show, and they've got a special guest with them today, Pepper Tree Villa, and they love Disney too, but they'll be talking about cruising this week, so I'll be there. I hope you will be too. That's 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. It is time for trivia question. Where is it? Here it is. You know, I'm a big fan of the trivia. I like to give one question per show. So here it is. In The Little Mermaid, what are the 3 wrong names Eric guesses while trying to figure out Ariel's name? If you remember in the movie, Ariel and Eric are out on a boat, and all the wildlife singing to them. And there's a break in the song, Kiss the Girl, that song. And in the break, Eric tries to guess Ariel's name. He doesn't know her name, and she can't say it. So he guesses 3 names. So let us know in the chat what you think those 3 names are. Perhaps you know it. Perhaps you don't. But let us know. You win nothing other than bragging rights. So, yeah. Best of luck to you. So as I'm waiting to see what some of your answers are, I'm going to lean forward here so I can see the chat better. Steve's World says Nick at Magical News Live will be streaming Galaxy's Edge tonight. Tonight, Wednesday night, 10:30 p.m. Eastern. That's cool. If I'm not asleep by then, I'll check that out. I still have to work. I'm a teacher, but this is our last work week. I work until Monday, and then my summer is off. So I'm very, very happy. This is the greatest time of year. My whole summer's in front of me. Let's see. Kathleen says I'll be at Disneyland on Saturday. So excited. My 44th birthday is on Sunday. Happy birthday. A June birthday. Me too. Yes, we are jealous. Okay, I see our first guess. Cargo is guessing Mildred as one of the names. He guesses 3 names. Mildred is her first guess, and I'll let you know. That's correct. Yes, Mildred is one of them. Way to go, Eric. You're guessing what Ariel's name is, and your first guess is Mildred. I guess maybe Mildred was a more common name back in whenever that took place. I don't know. Okay, let's see. What else? MGM Traveling also guessed Mildred. Yes. And another guess. I see a bunch. Mildred, Diana, Rachel. Sheriku says the dedication ceremony is tonight. Very cool. Do I look ridiculous leaning forward trying to read the chat on the monitor out there? My apologies. Rochelle. That Florida feeling, welcome. I know you were here for my show yesterday and it didn't happen, so I appreciate you finding us on Wednesday. Thank you so much for that. Cargo, you have a June birthday too? Mine's on the 24th. Happy birthday. I love having a June birthday. I love it. You know, it's when you celebrate Christmas and your birthday's on June 24th, as a kid, you would get gifts exactly 6 months apart. You'd get them for Christmas and then your birthday. I always found that interesting. I don't know why I mention it. All right, let's go. I've seen a lot of guesses, and I've seen a lot of correct guesses. So let me tell you what the question was one more time. Let me move the microphone back briefly. The question was, in The Little Mermaid, what are the 3 wrong names Eric guesses while trying to figure out Ariel's name? I actually have the clip from the movie to show you. Where is it? Let me get it. There it is. All right, here it is. I thought I had the clip. Apparently I don't. But here's the answer. Mildred, Diana, and Rachel. You are right. I don't have it listed anywhere. I thought I had the movie clip. The best laid plans. Oh, pardon me. That was my first belch of the show. And as you know, long-time viewers of my live stream know that every burp on the internet is brought to you by D&G Explorers. D&G Explorers. Don't leave home without it. I mushed that. I couldn't even say that right. Let me say it again. D&G Explorers. Don't leave home without it. That was better. Thanks for playing trivia, everybody. That's I got one trivia question per show, so yeah, I'm really looking forward to avoiding the crowds at Galaxy's Edge when it comes here to Florida. So I won't be going there right away. When Toy Story Land opened, I waited a few weeks to go there. And I don't regret that decision. You know, it's exciting to see a brand new place, to be one of the first ones to see it, but for me, it's even more exciting to avoid the human stew that is opening day of a brand new land. So that's just where I am. Nathan, welcome to the show. Thank you so much for being here. Uper Wisdom Video says, always great trivia questions. I try. Thank you. I also, there's a lot of people that do trivia on YouTube, and I love it. The Disney trivia, and I always enjoy it. Disney Eye to Eye, Disney Life for Me. It's awesome. So it's just my little way to get in on the action. And hopefully my questions aren't repeats of what somebody else has asked already. So I guess my plan is to make it I should make it more obscure. Not too difficult. I don't want people to not have any clue. Guesses are fine. Let's see. Hey, Sharon and Jamie from Sharon at Sea will be at Disney Springs Saturday. They are on RCL this week. Not sure if you follow them. If I don't, I will. That's cool. Thank you for letting me know. Graham loves my shirt. This is a shirt from back home. Frozen custard. Anybody familiar with frozen custard? Where do they serve it down here? Culver's or where's the place? I don't know. But frozen custard differs from ice cream because there's egg in it, right? Am I wrong about that? Please let me know. I think I'm right about that. But frozen custard is so creamy and delicious. It's wonderful. So this shirt is of a place that's been around since 1947 and still probably the same custard recipe they started with. Cargo is saying, I did miss it, but thank you for posting it again. I had typed that 619 in your name is your birthday. Now I know. You know what? I always thought that was your area code. But that's your birthday. Very cool. Happy birthday. Graham. Yes, Culver's has frozen custard. Yeah, they have frozen custard, or rather, they have frozen custard. They have Culver's here as well as in Michigan. I guess they're all over. Culver's has a flavor of the day. Oh, it's usually, I know the Bob Joe's has chocolate, vanilla, and swirl. That's what you get. And swirl was, they didn't always have that. They certainly didn't have it in 1947. I would love Bob Joe's to serve the citrus swirl. That would make this place the greatest place in all the world, if that happened. What are you going to do? Where are we? We have 3 minutes, right? Okay, well, let me thank everybody for being here. Again, if you're just joining us or have been here a while, I usually go on Tuesday nights, and without talking too much about it, I was not able to get on my show last night, but I was able to stick with it. I figured it out, and Derek from D&G Explorer said, why don't you go on before our show? So I did. It was a great idea. Thank you, Derek. So I'm about to head over to D&G Explorers, check out their show with Pepper Tree Villa. I enjoy both those channels very much. They're going to talk about cruising tonight. But I want to thank everybody that was here for my a very special episode of the More Sunshine Please live stream. Hitting the thumbs up would be wonderful. There it is. All right, I'm heading there now. Thank you, everybody, for joining me. I'll see you over at D&G Explorers with Pepper Tree Villa. Good night. Thank you so much, everybody. We'll see you later.